Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches. So this is the sketch that I'm going to use right here. It's by Scrapbook. Looks like it calls for about 3 photos. So I've pulled out 3 photos and I pulled out some product. Now my friend Joni gave me some happy mail because she knows I like flowers, and she knows I like lumpy, bumpy embellishment. So I'm really excited to use these guys, these Prima pieces. Not exactly sure what they're called. What are they? Prima flowers. They're like little crochet flowers on some buttons. But Joni also added these super sparkly metallic butterflies. These aren't going on this layout, you guys. But she gave me sparkly butterflies. So let's see what I can do. All right, so I'm starting out with this brown cardstock, and I do admit that I used the piece that I bent first. So it's gonna get used, and you're not even gonna notice that it's bent. So win-win situation, right? I'm gonna go ahead and trim that down to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 because I'm gonna leave my 2 photos at 4 by 6. Now the third photo, I will trim down to 4 by 4. So the brown cardstock that I use for that one is going to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I don't want huge mats on these photos. There are some times where I want a thicker mat and sometimes where I want a thinner mat, and this is not one of the times where I want a thicker mat. Now I will say that these buttons that I use, that my friend Joni gave to me, they are a good thickness, you guys. So you could definitely create this kind of layout and this kind of look without using such a thick center. Because I do use these as centers. But honestly, thickness doesn't bother me. I don't care if my pages are thick. I don't care if my albums are thick. I don't care if it takes me 6 albums to do a year of scrapbooking. I've definitely changed my philosophy since I started scrapbooking. I think my first album has 1998 through 2001 in it. So that's kind of crazy. And now I'm, it could be 10 plus albums for 1 year because it's our chronological family album, and it's also any extra special albums that go in there, like a Disney trip or some sort of vacation or trip that needs its own album because we have so many photos. If that's not your thing, you probably not want to go super lumpy and bumpy. And as I said before, I'm still in a 90s revival of my scrapbooking, so I'm paper tearing all the things. Now, in the sketch, there are what looks to be bands up at the top and the bottom, and I am choosing to look at these horizontal bands as paper tearing. So I tore the teal paper, and then I also tore that October afternoon paper. The October afternoon paper is Weather Vane new pencils from 2008. So it's definitely not one of the oldest papers in my stash, but it is an old paper. And I am going to go ahead and use these thickers to spell out Winery, because that is what these photos are. It's of the Concannon Winery in Livermore. It is the oldest winery in California. Is that right? I think so. I think it's the oldest winery in California. I do know that they were one of the only places that were allowed to still make wine during Prohibition, because they made wine for churches. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. It is one of my favorite places to visit, which sounds really weird, but it is so peaceful and beautiful. The grounds are beautiful. The weather is always gorgeous. It's just nice and relaxing. And I like to sit outside and just kind of relax. My outdoorsiness is like sitting outside and enjoying the nice weather. It's not like, I'm not like a super outdoors person where I want to go hiking and camping and fishing. Not that I don't mind it, but my favorite way to be outdoors is relaxing. So we really do enjoy this. This is the first time we visited this winery. So this is last year on our anniversary. And it's just a lot of fun. So I'm figuring out how I want my letters to be. Now, since that R had that big long curly Q at the end, I decided to chop off a portion of the curly Q and tuck that Y in between the portions that I cut off. Now, these are thickers, so of course they are not going to stick very well, so you guys know that I used my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to add glue later. But right now it's just a matter of figuring out where the letters are going to stay. So I added in some leaves. These are from 49 in Market, and they are the acetate leaves. And I don't have very many left, so I'm using them up, which is making me happy. It's also making my floral die cut box happy, because that means I'm making room for new floral die cuts. And I went ahead and grabbed my large off-white flowers and went ahead and put those Prima flower buttons in the center of each of them. I decided to put the tiniest button over on the left-hand side and the medium button up at the top, and of course the largest button on the bottom with the largest flower. I'm also adding in some of these paper flowers with little rhinestones on them. Gives it a little bit of sparkle, but it's all definitely within the color scheme that I have going on here. And I'm not going to add any journaling, guys, because I have a bajillion and one pictures from when we went on this wine tour, and I don't have enough to say to fill the amount of layouts that it's going to take. So no journaling on this layout. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out the 30 Days of Sketches playlist, because everyone who is participating in 30 Days of Sketches that is making YouTube videos, their videos should be on that playlist, and you are going to get all kinds of scrapbookers, all kinds of styles, all kinds of takes on the sketch. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.